This is McCook's Mr. Bilson. Honored to have you here. Well, this week my wife and I passed the 40th year in our marriage together. 40 years. So how do you stay married for 40 years? Well, it starts before you get married. That's for sure and for certain. And you look around, you see what's working and what doesn't. And I saw in high school young men and women falling madly in love one week, only to turn around and hate each other the next week. Yeah, it showed immaturity, no question, but at the same time it told me that love, as easily as you can fall in love, you can fall out of love. And so I went another route when I decided to start looking for a woman. I got on my knees and I asked God to give me a loyal woman. I said loyal, because loyalty will keep your spouse with you through the hard times, or if they fall out of love with you, they'll stay till they fall back in love with you. No question. Because on a given day, you can be pretty upset at your mate. And the next day, things calm down, you're back to normal. But needless to say, that was one of the games I played, is to use loyalty as a criterion. Of course, my other attributes that have helped me astronomically. On my wedding day, my grandmother took me off to the side in another room, closed the door behind us, took her finger and stuck it in my face, and she said, "That little girl you're going to marry today, she'll be the best friend you ever had or the worst enemy, and you get to decide." She said, "Never make fun of that girl. Never make fun of her. Even if she isn't there, don't do it, because it'll probably get back to her. And if it does, it'll be a scar on your relationship. Old scars heal, but you can still see the blemish of the scar. Don't ever make fun of your wife." And I thought, now that made sense. And she said, "Of course, don't ever hit your wife." She said, "There's another scar." And I said, "They're pretty safe there, because I don't believe in violence." And she then said, "Next, don't even consider having children for the first 5 years that you're married." I said, "Yeah, that's about where we were on that idea." And she said, "That's what you want. You need that 5 years to get to know each other and to trust each other, and the glue that'll bond you for the rest of your lives together." I said, "Yeah, that makes sense too." And the last thing she said is, I want you to consider putting your wife's name on everything you guys do, an equal partner, if you will. And I said, "Yep." I said, "That's already a given." Because I said, she works and I'm working, and so definitely we're going to have our account, and I'll have my account and her account. But we're going to have a joint account, and I said if we do buy a home in the future, both our names will be on it, and that's how that was. Now, if you think, some will say nowadays it's real hard to stay married as compared to back in the old days, if you will, I would relate this last story. 9 couples got married within about a year and a half of each other. 9 couples that my wife and I knew, and we being the 9th couple. Now, of those 9 couples, one man, his wife died shortly after childbirth, so he remarried. And then he and his new wife and the child from the first wife were in a pickup, and a semi ran over them and killed all 3 of them. Sometimes you're in the right place at the wrong time. Fate is not always kind. Of the 8 couples left, though, 7 got divorced. The last one to get divorced had been married 24 years. 24 years. And so out of that 9 couples, the only one still married, my wife and I, had 40 years. It isn't an easy job, and it's a hard one in many aspects, but there's a lot of entertainment and fun too as you go through life. There will be days of tears, like when my wife's brother died at 24 of cancer, and there will be enjoyment of going up to Estes Park and walking up some of them trails. And you'll see the successes and the failures, but you hold on to each other. That's how we made it, and I think that's good advice for anybody that would like to be married for 40 years. rate this film.